Hey everybody, let's be honest, who here doesn't love a nice cold one? Whether you're a casual drinker or a beer aficionado, there's something about that refreshing taste that just hits the spot. But did you know that beer is more than just a tasty beverage? It's a drink with a rich history and some truly mind-blowing facts. Well, get ready to have your mind blown because today we're diving deep into the world of beer and uncovering 10 bizarre facts that'll make you the most interesting person at your next party. Or at least the weirdest. Imagine impressing your friends with stories about ancient brewing techniques or the strange ingredients that have been used in beer over the centuries. We're talking ancient recipes, strange ingredients, and some seriously dedicated beer lovers. Did you know that the oldest known recipe in the world is for beer? That's right, beer has been around for thousands of years and people have been perfecting the art of brewing since ancient times. And it's not just the recipes that are fascinating, the ingredients can be pretty wild too. I mean, we've all heard of beer belly, but a beer pipeline? Yes, you heard that right. In some places, beer is transported through pipelines, just like oil. This isn't just a fantasy, it's a reality in places like Belgium, where a brewery has installed a pipeline to transport beer directly to the bottling plant. Stick around and prepare to be amazed. From saving lives to bizarre laws, these facts will change the way you think about your favorite brew. For instance, did you know that beer was once considered a medicinal drink? In ancient times, it was used to treat various ailments, and some even believed it had magical properties. And let's not forget the quirky laws that have been enacted over the years to regulate beer consumption. So grab your favorite pint, settle in, and get ready to say cheers to some seriously weird beer trivia. Whether you're enjoying a beer with friends or relaxing on your own, these facts are sure to make you appreciate your drink even more. And who knows, you might even discover a new favorite beer fact to share at your next gathering. Beer, it's more than just a drink. From saving lives to bizarre laws, here are 10 weird facts about beer you've probably never heard of. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the fascinating world of beer. Cheers! That's right, you heard me correctly. Beer is older than writing itself. It's hard to believe, but it's true. Before humans even figured out how to write things down, they were brewing beer. Imagine that. The art of brewing beer predates the written word. We're talking 5000 BCE, folks. That's over 7,000 years ago. Back then, beer wasn't just a way to catch a buzz. It was a vital part of ancient civilizations. It played a crucial role in their daily lives and social structures. They used it in religious ceremonies, believing it had divine properties. It was a sacred drink, often offered to the gods. They even paid their workers with it. Yes, beer was a form of currency. Imagine getting your paycheck in beer, and probably even used it to barter for things like, well, everything, since money didn't exist yet. Beer was a valuable commodity. Can you imagine getting paid in beer? It's like a dream come true for some people. I'd be the richest guy in ancient Egypt. Just think of all the beer you could accumulate. Actually, on second thought, knowing my luck, I'd probably just end up with a really bad hangover. But hey, it's a small price to pay for being part of such an ancient tradition. You know how much we love our ancient history here. Well, get this. The oldest known recipe ever discovered isn't for bread or soup or even some kind of weird gruel. Nope, it's for beer. This 3,900-year-old Sumerian poem called the Hymn to Ninkasi basically reads like a love letter to beer. I guess some things never change, right? It's amazing to think that even back then, beer was so important that they were writing poems about it. Talk about taking your love of a good brew to the next level. Okay, I know what you're thinking, and yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. Over in Iceland, they've got a brewery that makes a beer with smoked whale testicles. Now, I'm all for trying new things, but I'm not sure I'd be brave enough to give this one a sip. Apparently, it's part of some quirky Icelandic tradition. Hey, at least they're using local ingredients, right? I'm just saying, maybe stick to the hot dogs when you visit Iceland. Ancient Egyptians were paid in beer. Remember how I said I'd be the richest guy in ancient Egypt if I got paid in beer? Well, it turns out that wasn't just a wild fantasy. The ancient Egyptians had a deep love for their beer, and it played a significant role in their daily lives and economy. In fact, beer was so integral to their society that it was used as a form of currency. Imagine working hard all day and getting paid in your favorite drink. The ancient Egyptians loved their beer so much that they actually used it as a form of payment. Beer was not just a beverage, it was a staple in their diet and a key part of their culture. It was consumed daily by both the rich and the poor, and it was even offered to the gods in religious ceremonies. Those guys building the pyramids, they were some of the hardest workers in history, and they were rewarded with beer for their efforts. Yeah, they were getting 4 liters of beer a day as part of their wages. This wasn't just any beer. It was a thick, nutritious brew that provided them with essential calories and nutrients. Can you imagine the OSHA violations on that job site? With all that beer flowing, it's a wonder they managed to build those massive structures at all. Hey Bob, hold this giant stone slab steady, will ya? The teamwork and coordination required must have been incredible, especially considering the conditions they worked under. I've only had 3 liters of beer today and I'm feeling a little tipsy. It's fascinating to think about how different their work environment was compared to ours today. Despite the challenges, the ancient Egyptians achieved incredible feats, and beer was right there with them every step of the way. There's a beer pipeline in Belgium. Belgium, the land of chocolate, waffles, and apparently beer pipelines. That's right, in the beautiful city of Bruges, they've got an underground pipeline dedicated entirely to transporting beer. This isn't some tiny little pipe either. We're talking a 3-kilometer-long beer superhighway. Apparently, they built it to reduce traffic and preserve the historic streets. Leave it to the Belgians to come up with such a genius solution. I'm starting a petition to get one of these pipelines built in my neighborhood. Who's with me? Beer can be used as shampoo. Okay, this one might sound a little crazy, but hear me out. Beer is actually really good for your hair. The malt and hops in beer are packed with proteins that can make your hair shiny and soft. So next time you're at the grocery store, skip the fancy hair products and head straight for the beer aisle. Just, maybe don't tell your significant other you're using their expensive craft beer for a hair treatment. Trust me on this one. There's a beer brewed for space astronauts have a pretty tough job floating around in space doing science-y stuff. But you know what would make their job a little bit better? Space beer. And guess what? Now they have it. Vostok Space Beer is specially designed to be enjoyed in zero gravity. I don't know about you, but I think that's pretty darn cool. Now, if only they could figure out how to deliver pizza to space. Beer is the 3rd most consumed beverage in the world. Okay, this one isn't exactly a shocker, but it's still pretty impressive. After water and tea, beer is the most popular drink on the planet. From the bustling pubs of Ireland to the beaches of Mexico, people all over the world love a good brew. It just goes to show you, no matter what language you speak or where you come from, everyone can agree that beer is delicious. There's a beer that costs $1,000 a bottle. Ever wonder what the most expensive beer in the world is? Well, wonder no more. It's called The End of History by Brewdog, and it's not your average 6-pack. This ultra-rare beer comes packaged inside taxidermied animals. Yes, you heard that right. Taxidermied animals. And the price tag? A cool $1,000 per bottle. I don't know about you, but I'll stick to my regular beer, thanks. I'd rather spend that kind of money on something practical, like a lifetime supply of pizza. The Czech Republic consumes the most beer per capita, and the award for the world's biggest beer lovers goes to the Czech Republic. These guys take their beer seriously, drinking an average of 142 liters per person every year. That's like a whole bathtub full of beer. They've got a long and proud beer tradition over there, and their pubs are legendary. So if you ever find yourself in the Czech Republic, make sure you come thirsty. So there you have it, folks. 10 weird and wonderful beer facts that are sure to impress your friends. Who knew that beer had such a long and strange history? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any more fun facts. And be sure to let me know in the comments which fact surprised you the most, or if you have any weird beer trivia of your own to share. Until next time, cheers!